What is the Mule?
Where is the Mule? Might be the better question. The answer is already here.
What happens when the galaxy's smartest man comes face to face with the one thing his plan never saw coming? For decades, Hari Seldon's Psychohistory has been the ultimate safety net, predicting wars, empires, and even the rise and fall of civilizations with ice-cold precision. But in this moment, when Toran asks him about the Mule, we see something we've never seen before. Hari, with all his brilliance and foresight, suddenly has no answer. And that wasn't even the worst part, because the real nightmare was about to reveal itself. The vault meets the unknown. The new Terminus delegation arrives at the vault first. Everyone's clearly impressed, but Hari isn't there yet. And when he does appear, it's not him in the flesh, but his hologram. He slides into his usual speech, the kind he's delivered so many times you can almost hear the grooves worn into it. As usual, he's confident, certain, and that's because the plan is so precise that it doesn't allow for surprises. He goes on and on about the numbers, the crisis, and the outcome, like a man reciting the lines he's known his whole life. And this is Hari Seldon. So you know it's always a very good and well thought out speech. But these people weren't here entirely for that. So when Toran asked the most important question about the Mule, everything suddenly changed. It's like watching a chess master suddenly realize they've been playing the wrong game all along. Hari is clearly taken aback. He laughs nervously, maybe thinking it's a joke. Then he asks, "What is the Mule?" Not who, which means he doesn't even know it's a person. And in that very instant, the optics changed. Because the ultimate oracle everyone revered is gone. And standing in his place, or in this case flickering there, is just a man caught off guard for the first time in the series. We see genuine confusion in his face, the kind that makes you realize the plan really does have a blind spot. And this isn't just a crack in the wall, it's a door left wide open. And just as he's starting to recollect himself, the very thing they've all been dreading arrives. A calculated invasion. If you've been paying attention to how the Mule operates, you'd realize he doesn't just appear. What he does is he chooses his moment, like a scalpel, finding the weakest point in the skin. So, by the simple mention of his name, and Hari asking who he even is, he uses that opportunity as his entrance and calls in, just like he did during the Empire's Council meeting before blowing up the Imperial Armada on Calgan. And in true Mule style, this moment couldn't be more perfect for him. The vault is open, Hari Seldon is mid-lecture, and the factions who have been at odds for years are standing together in the same room. And we all know the Mule loves an audience, and he knows how to make his entrance unforgettable. So this moment couldn't have been timed better. Also, keep in mind that this isn't any random attack. It's a trap set long before anyone even realized they were in danger. The timing is surgical. He lets Hari's presence draw everyone in. All eyes in the vault were focused on the great architect of the plan. And then, with one communication link and a soldier's channel, he cuts in and becomes the only voice left in that vault. In that instant, the Foundation's unity, and the very thing Hari has spent decades trying to build, becomes the Mule's stage. And the terrifying part is, this plan only works because Psychohistory never saw him coming. The math didn't just miss him, it made him invisible. And for the first time, the Foundation is playing without a script. The outliers that break the math. And while Hari himself, or at least his hologram, was having the shock of his existence in the vault, somewhere else on a spaceship, Demerzel was hearing a revelation for the first time. Gaal explained why the Seldon Plan has blind spots. And this one had a name. They're called Outliers. Outliers are people so rare and so unpredictable that no equation can account for them. The whole idea behind Psychohistory, which is the math Hari built his plan on, is that if you study enough people at once, their behavior becomes predictable. You can forecast wars, alliances, and collapses the way you might predict the weather. But outliers don't follow the averages. In fact, they break them. The Mule, for instance, can bend people's minds to his will, turning allies into enemies in seconds. Gaal can also see glimpses of the future and act on them before they happen. One man with enough influence, or one woman with knowledge no one else has, either of them can tilt the course of history on their own. That means these aren't just unexpected events. They are forces strong enough to warp the entire equation. But here's the terrifying part. Psychohistory didn't just miss the Mule by mistake. It literally cannot see him. Which means the plan is blind exactly where it matters most. And that means for the first time since it was created, the future is truly uncharted. Stakes rewritten in real time. The chaos in the vault doesn't just rattle a few people's faith, it knocks down the entire power balance in the galaxy. The Foundation's Whisper Fleet, which is the Foundation's secret weapon meant to give them the upper hand in any fight, is suddenly blind and vulnerable. And to make matters worse, the new Terminus project, which is the colony meant to be a safe haven and a strategic foothold, is left in total disarray, with its defenses scattered before they've even been tested. And worse of all, the Empire is now only a single move or decision away from landing a killing blow. Another thing to keep in mind is that up until this moment, the galaxy has been living inside Hari Seldon's calculated crisis, a dangerous but predictable set of events where every move had an answer ready. People had grown used to trusting that, even in chaos, the plan would lead them through. But this is different. The Imperial Armada may have been destroyed last episode, but that threat felt far away to some of these leaders. Now the Mule is tearing through their sense of safety, one target at a time. And the worst thing is, the one thing they believed could protect them, which is the Seldon Plan itself, has just been exposed as useless against him. He wasn't factored in. Hari didn't even know he existed. So this isn't just a setback. This is something the plan didn't see coming at all. The math has failed, the safety net has vanished, and every major power, whether it's the Foundation, the Empire, or even the Mule, is suddenly off script and scrambling in pure survival mode. Why this moment changes everything. This isn't just another battle lost. It's the first time Hari Seldon's so-called flawless Foundation plan has been blindsided, and that changes everything. The crack in the vault isn't just a structural glitch, it's a wound in the mythology that's held the galaxy together for centuries. The plan was supposed to be untouchable, a perfect sequence of events no one could alter. Now, for the first time, it looks vulnerable. And once people see that weakness, they'll start testing it. Another thing is, faith in the math has been the galaxy's invisible glue holding everything together. It kept rebels cautious, rulers confident, and whole star systems playing their part without question. But now, with that trust shaken, leaders will start looking for backup plans, even making deals with old enemies. Trade groups might pull their money. Outer worlds could decide they're better off on their own. And here's the danger. When the plan was the one thing everyone trusted, even enemies had common ground. But now, that shared certainty is gone. The Empire will see an opening to reshape history in its favor. The Mule will see a weakness to exploit, and every hidden power player will start recalculating their move. The future, which once felt like a straight path, is now a messy, unpredictable storm. And that means chaos. Hari's equations were never meant to be prophecy, but the galaxy has treated them like scripture. Now, with the first true blind spot exposed, we're standing on the edge of a story no one has written yet. Maybe it's the Mule, maybe it's Gaal, or maybe it's someone we haven't even met yet. But do you think psychohistory can be salvaged, or are we all just stepping into uncharted territory? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you liked this, you can also check out our other Foundation videos right now. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and catch you in the next one.